Hello friends. So today we have come up with the new learning, and so we have already covered all the variables, most of whatever most important be used when you are writing some logics there. So you can go through my previous videos which I have published regarding all these variables, list, dictionary, string and numbers, and how you can use those action on them. So now let's come into the creating the bots and how we can use that variables and what are the new other features available in A2019. So today in this video we will learn about the recorder actually. So if you remember, if you will see the old one, the 11.x or 10.x, so we have multiple recorders here like a smart recorder, a screen recorder, or the web recorder, or sometimes we use the object cloning there. But in A2019 there is nothing like object cloning or the web recorder or the smart recorder. So they have only one single recorder that is called a universal recorder. So let's dive in, create our new bot and check it, where is it and how it works. So let's give the name to it as a mm, recorder. Recorder demo. Fine. So we have this recorder here, and we have one more, that is if you will go into the capture, so you will see here we have the package recorder under which we have the capture here. So the difference between these two, this recorder capture one and the recorder, both are the universal recorder, but the difference is when you are doing the capture, it works as a object cloning in 11.x or in 10.x. So whenever you require the object cloning, you can do through this capture here. So it will capture one field one by one. But if you required a sequence to be captured or your all actions to be captured, so or the recording you have to do it, that you can do through this recording one. So it will record all your action what you will do it. So let's start it. So I have one already. So there is surveymonkey.com. So I have this form here. So what we will do, we will check it that how we can fill this form through our recording. Let's start it with this one, and then what we will do it, we will have one CSV file also like this one. So we have our first name, last name, gender, country, and date of birth. So let's take this example. We will read from this CSV file, and whatever the data will be there, we will fill this form what we have in this one, right? So let's do it. So let's come back to it, and here. So now what I will do, I will first use the capture one by one, right? And then fill it a simple one. Then we will do about the CSV one. So let's capture this. Start from here, right? And we have to capture the object details, that is window. So we are capturing the window here. Let's refresh it. Sometimes you have to refresh it because because our agent is running on our desktop, and the control room will be on the cloud or some other server, so it's required a connection to it and to be, so that it will get it the whatever the window title will be available on your desktop. Okay, fine. So our is employee survey, right? And the we are doing it in a explorer. This is the capture object, so let's wait it for it. So let's go through all these things. So wait for control for 15 seconds and assign the output to the variable. So if you require to assign it to some variable, you can assign it. So we do not need to assign it right now. Let's capture this. So capture this. If you remember, I have not keep it pressing the button. You can press only one time, but in 11.6 or others, you remember that you have to keep it pressed until you will get that object. So here you no need for press, keep on pressing that button. You can release your button after pressing this capture button, and just move the button to get this thing. So you can see that red outlining is here. So my button is being released, no need for the button to be kept it pressed. So I will get the first object and click again so that it will capture this object. So if you see, recorder has captured this object. So when you will come back, you will see, yeah, image here which says okay, it has captured this image here. And these are the properties available for this object, right? So let me go through the properties also. There are 21 properties, if you can see here. Who has not worked on this RPA or the Automation Anywhere, I just like to tell them more things about on these properties, because many guys or people, students, get problem when they are working with the properties. So I will let you know some best practices also on this one. So what is happening is that when you're capturing the properties, is capture the properties of that HTML page, and sometimes that is dynamic and it's become change. So if you see this unchangeable things, it mean whatever it has been selected here, like right is here, you can see a tick mark right here, these are the fields that will be get searched. So the Automation Anywhere search these fields to get that object on your web page, right? So if he will not get it, it will not get it this property there, then it will throw an error to you. So you have to be very careful when selecting these properties, and try to select only those properties which are static, mean they are not being going to be changed. Like if it is a dynamic page, it will remain the same. So you have to keep it in your mind that it should not change. So like path is here, path can be changed. So I don't want this path is here, I don't want it to get searched through this part. So just I am removing tick mark from this path, right? Input is okay because that's our input field. I will keep it like this, it will not going to be changed. DOM also you can change it. So if you remember, this is DOM, it can change also, you can also remove this. So it's what's better is that it can change the table size, or according to the when table is dynamic or something like that, it can change. So I'm just keeping like this right now, but what you can do it whenever you see that okay, this input has been changed or it's changing, what you can do it, you can put it star on this one. You can select this and put the star here. So what it will do, it accept the wildcards actually, right? It accepts the your variable also. If you require, like if you are looping and you required whatever the doom path is there, x path is there, so you want to loop through it, and like in table row, table there are 10 rows and you want to loop it on all 10 rows. So what you can do it, you can have the counter here, and you can insert the variable, whatever your variable size is there. So you can select the variable like this one, right, and insert it like this. So you can insert any, you can see like prompt assignment, I have just put it here. So any value anywhere in this properties, you can keep it and loop through it or assign a variable to it. So right now I don't need it, let's put it as a star only, so that whatever comes in between, right? Now HTML ID, that can be dynamic, right? I do not want it to get search on this one, so I will remove this one, because as I told you, try to choose only those that are static, not the dynamic one that going to be changed. Don't select as a search criteria of the object. So I have removed that. Text, HTML type is text, that's okay with me. So this is all. But if you can see, this is all not 21 properties. I think they are less than that. Let me check it. Okay, fine, they are 20, 21. So if you will see, when you click this again, the object properties, you are seeing 6 out of 21. So what will happen, that 6 properties is going to search now to get this object, right? HTML name is this can be dynamic also. So I want to remove it. I don't want this name to be there. Where is this name? Here. So I don't want this name to be there. So remember this, remove this, whatever you think that it's dynamic and can change, because if you have not removed this, it can give you an error. This is very important for the learning perspective, because you have to work lots on this object properties when you are selecting an object and defining, and it can easily get this object. So guys, let's this, and what the action, now coming to the action, what the action you want to perform on this object. So there are different objects available, action available. So this is the text. So in the text, what you can get it, you can get the property. So what is get property? Sometimes you required a HTML property to be fetched, like title of the, if you have only a static text there and you want a title to be get it there, or some IDs will be there, or some other things, you can get it from the properties here. You want to set text. So right now we required to set a text here. So what I required, a first name. So let's give first name as a Suhail, right? If you require to append the text what is already been there, or you want to click this text box, or what you want to left click. So what is the click and left click? Click is, it will not show you the pointer there, but if you are selecting a left click, you can see it is visual, that you can see the pointer that is pressing or clicking the button or any of the object here. Right click is simply right click, and double click is when you are just double clicking any of the object there. So right now we have this select. So this properties action changes according to the object. What are the action you can perform on this object? So here right now we can perform the set text. I'm setting a keystroke, okay, that is Suhail here. I'm putting here, right? What is the delay? So delay is sometime what is happening is that if you are, that will be in millisecond only delays. So when a text will be written, so if you are not providing any delay, it will, you know very quickly, or with a seconds, it will just, you can't see when it will write it. So when it will write or type that text, it do some mistakes. So it always be better to have some delay, so that it, I'm just putting 120 millisecond as a delay here, so that it can easily can write these things. Wait for control to get it available, and assign the output. So I do not need to assign anything like this. Okay, fine. So let's save this. So we have captured one object here. So we have captured the first name. Let's capture the second name. You can copy it also from here, copy action, and you can paste the action here. And now what you have to do, it, you have just window, it has already captured that is window 1. Right now I will recapture the object for the second one, and I will select the last name here. So it has captured the last name. Again, it has given all the properties of the second object. Let's remove path again. I don't want any path. DOM, keep it like this. If you want to change it, you can put wildcards or variables, whatever you like it. ID, I don't want it to get search on ID, and name, I don't want to get it. And what the action, I wanted the action Suhail Khan. This is the last name I'm assigning. Delay is okay, wait is okay. Now I say apply. So I have captured the two here. what is your first name, what is your last name. So let's try this, that how it will set this, save this and run this. So you can see before running that we have the record capture two object, it has done it, right? This is the reason why I'm showing to you is that this coding also in the list, because in the next example we will do the universal recording through the sequence of it. So you will know the difference, that here we have captured the object, in that in another example it will capture automatically all these steps. So let's run this and see that how it's setting it the values. Fine, so you can see that it has got the page and it's writing very calmly whatever we have put it the values there. So our body is complete, so it has filled the form, whatever we have defined it here. It got the object and it has set the text here. So this is how the object cloning in the previous versions works, and in this A2019 it works here. This is how it will capture. Now what we will do, it we will not use this capture. Delete this action, delete this action. Okay, fine. Now what we will do, we will do through the universal. Just clean this up. Now what we will do, it we will capture the whole values. It we will run the recorder here. It is run as a web recorder, if you remember, in 11 and previous versions. So let's record the whole things. So here we are having the recording action here. So it's saying start the recorder, and it asking about the window or the URL for which you want this recording. So we want the recording for this employee details, right? And let's start the recorder. It is has started the recording. Let's put some input. Suhail Khan. Do all these things slowly so that it can record easily. I want this gender as a male. Country, I want to select it as India. And date of birth, I want to put it 0406 1995. Alright, that's it. And I want to end recording. Now come back to our bot. Now you can see the list of object it has captured. It has captured all the object here, right? So we have to now refine them whatever is necessary. Sometimes when you are scrolling the bar, it will take that action also. When you are just clicking up and down of your buttons, page up or page down, it captured all of the buttons or the keyboards or the mouse movements. So but that's all not necessary. That's why you have to do some of the work on it, and you have to refine these things. So let's go to the first one. It has captured the first name, that is okay. I like to do that. And what it doing, it path, it has captured. Okay, fine, no problem. Tax, okay. And what we have done, it has set the tax, fine. But I want some delay there, that is 120. So this is okay, fine. Let's go to the second, last name. Okay, fine. Last name is also okay. Khan, it has set it. And delay also here, I want it as a 20 millisecond here. Now in the third, what it is captured, female, male, female. Okay, fine, that's okay. And it has captured this. So guys, anything like male and female, so there are two buttons, right? So they are two different buttons. It will not differentiate itself whether it's a male or female. So for example, if you are fetching some result, or you have to set it according to the variable, you have to put some condition there. You have to put some if and else condition to check whether it's male or female. If it is a female, we have to capture this female object, and if it's a male, then we have to capture and set the male object. So in this type of cases, you have to put some condition by yourself, right? So we have captured only the male right now. We are going to capture the female also when we are doing the CSV. So let's capture the male first. And what it does, left click it, mean it's clicking, selecting that one. Okay, that's fine. So this is okay. Now come into the country. How it has captured the country? Okay, it has just country. It's a combo box. It has recognized it. Path is okay. It says select. Okay, fine. We selected it and select one. Okay, fine. So left click, that is also okay, no problem. Now let's go to the second one. So when you click that country name, it's give a drop down to us, and that's a drop down. You can see it here, right? But what it's doing, does it selecting anything, setting anything? Set text equal to I. So that is a search only, right? That's a I. We have just search as the drop down. So this is not the way. We are not going to set it anything here. So let's, I don't want, let it be this, disable it for time being, then go to the next. Now this is okay because we required this list to be there. List view, this is okay. Left click, okay, fine. I want this list view. Then say next. This is also list view. It has recaptured two times, right? So we do not require it here. Assign the value India. Okay, fine. Select item by text. So this is what we wanted actually. Delete this action. We don't need it. We don't this list also because list will become in this next section. We required this thing. So in this case, what is happening is that first it will clicking the country object. There is a combo box, and when you click this, you will get a drop down. So this is the drop down list. Here we got the list of all the countries here, and because that's all coming into one single list view object, we have to select item by text, that is in India. So that is fine, right? And after that, what we are doing it, we don't need it now. After that, we required the date of birth. So this is not the date of birth, this is something else, like we are selecting some other things, so we don't need this. Delete action. Another thing, this one also, it's not a date of birth, remove this, I don't need this. This action, this is also not okay, delete this action. This one, this is also not okay. Now come to this, date of birth, this is okay, fine. So it has captured this date of birth here, it's a text, and it has set the value here. So this is fine. And the last one is okay, it has captured something else when you are just stopping the recording, so we don't need this one. So delete this also. So guys, this is how the recorder works for the universal recorder, that it will capture all the objects whatever you have done it. So you can see this is the input, Suhail 120, fine, and this is all set. So let's save this, apply this, and save this. some value is remaining. Okay, apply. This is apply, this is also apply. All are saved. Okay, fine. Now save this. So this is the flow it already made because of this one, whatever the capturing we have done it. So you can see that there's no difference what the object is make it. It's make it that object which we have previously done it. So it is the same one like this one. So this one and this one is same, but the universal recording it just as a web recording there. So let's remove all these values. I don't want this thing. India, I don't want to select India also. I want it blank and nothing like date of birth. So now see that how it will work. Let's run our program and check it. So our bot has started. So you can see it's just setting the text. Suhail Khan. It will select the mail. Now it will select the India and put it date of birth. And our task has been completed. Fine. So this is how it will work here. Now you have to remember, as I just told you, that all these values like text I already shown to you. Let's go with the some other values like this one. This is a checkbox radio button. So in this radio button you can see the actions are all different. Get all child names, all children names, right? And if you will go with the combo box, they have the other actions here. So actions change according to the object. Select text, get total items, mean whatever the total items available into the list. Expand, left click, you can even select item by index, like or that is on the third index or fourth index, or you can even something is selected, then you can say get me the index on which index it is falling. So this is all things you can get it from here. You can get the action, you can set the action. You have to work a lot on these properties because proper object properties are very important, actions are very important, and you have to be very careful when you are choosing it. Okay friends, this is how it will works. Now what our next task is, we have just make it as static to fill this form. Now I want it to get it from the CSV and set it through the our variables. So let's do it quickly. That how we can do it, we will just set it only one, not more. Okay, so what we will do it just has a CSV. So let's open a CSV file. Before that, okay, and I want a desktop file. My file is available for into let's check it. What's it? Okay, it's available in C Remantech training folder. So let's go inside it. Okay, fine. So we have into the D object. Let's have a Remantech training folder, and we have in CSV we have a CSV file here. Take this CSV file, we will read it from here. Now once we will receive this CSV file, we have to loop through it. So there's two things. So once we have, when you open the folder, it contains headers. Let's check whether headers are there or not. There's no header. No header is there. First name, last name. Okay, fine. So we'll say it contains the header here. It's a comma separated, trimming the leading cases or trailing cases. Yes, I want it to be trimmed. Okay, fine. So this is, let's apply this. So as I told you before that whenever you are opening a CSV file, always close it. Don't forget to close it. So after that, what we'll do in the last, let's close this thing. Okay, this session is default, so you can keep any session name when you are opening it, and you have to close it with that session only. So this is the CSV. So you remember that we have the default session, so always close that session with that session name. Okay, fine. So now what you can do it, you can do it through read only, but we will not doing through the read, we will do it through the loop only. And let's loop through this CSV, not continue, say loop through this one. All right, and looping through this CSV file, each row in this CSV file, that is a the session name will be the default, and recorder where it will record each record. So let's say our current record, right? That is a record type, and create and select. So we have gone through the loop through it. Now say apply. Right, now we got the record. Okay guys, what we required all these values to be inside this loop, so that we can set this value, whatever our variable will be there, and we can see that how we can set it these values here. Okay, fine. So we have put it in this loop. Now what we will do, first name we have to set it dynamically through our variable, that is, so where our first name exists right now, that is in record, because we are looping through the CSV file and storing it into the record. So let's select that record. So where our record is, this is the record, and index 0, that will be first name. Fine, so we have selected index 1 as a first name here. Apply here. Now go into the second one, the last name is our on the index 1. Let's select that also. Remove this, I don't need this thing, hard-coded one. We will select it from the current record, and it will be index 1. Yes. Now the male and female, so as I told you, I don't know it's whether it's a male or female, right? It can be a gender, can be M also, and it can be F also. So how I will know it, that is a F or M? So what I need now, what I need is just select, where is that one? Okay, this is the male, right? Now I want to capture the female also. So capture recording and put it here, right? What, let's capture it. What is the window name? Window same as the employee. Fine, and capture the object. So I want this object to be captured. So now friends, we have selected the female also. Okay, and here keep it like that. Only other fields, class will be radio button, you can choose it if you like. And what the action, I wanted a left click to it, right? So this is okay, fine. So we get two buttons, that is male, and we got the female. But before that, what we required, we want a if condition to it, right? So let's get if condition here. If, so let's put a if condition here. So we says that, now what will be the condition? We'll say if something exists, right? So it's a string operation. So let's trigger a string condition. Source will be our record, right? And which section? That is second section that it shows. So if you see, this is 0 index, 1 index, and this is 2 index. So our gender fall into the 2 index. So we say 2 index, right? And say yes. And what we want to check it, whether it's a male or female. So in our case, male and female is given by am and by f only. So for the male, we will say am. So if our current target, our record is equal to am, then what will happen? Apply, right? So what will happen if it is equal to this? We want a female one, male one. So let's put it here. So if it is a male, I want to set it this. I want to run this and click this, right? Else. So now we will bring it into the else here. So if it is not male, then definitely it will be female. So I will put it here, the else here. So if it is not male, then mark it as a female, right? I hope you will are getting it. So we are marking as a female here, you can see. So this is how it will work, that if it is not male, then it will be a female, and we will set it here. Okay, fine. What's the next? It is a country name. Fine. So let's select the country. Then we have to set the country name. So what will the country name? Country name will be, let's choose it. That will be the on index 4, third index. Right? Remove the India. I don't need this India. Okay. So this is how we have set it the country also. Apply. Now what is left here? We are left with the date of birth. So set it the date of birth also. Remove this date of birth, and we will put it our taking from the record. So that is lie in our fourth index. So I hope we have applied it and set it all fields here. Let's go down and check it. Everything is saved. This is also saved. This is also saved. Okay, fine. Let's save this. No, it has not saved something. Yeah, it has not saved this one. Apply this. Let's check others also. This is saved. Okay, fine. Loop has been saved. Yes, saved. So CSV saved. Okay, fine. Let's save this. So we have saved our this program. Now check it how it will set it. So let's do one thing. I don't want all this to be there, and make it, because if you remember, we have done the male there. I want to check it with the female, whether it's like the female. I would just save this with the female, remove other data. I want only one data to be read and to be written there. Let's cut this and put it somewhere else. Okay, fine. So we have only one line right now in our CSV file. Now guys, what we are we okay, fine. So now run this and just check it how it will set this value. Let's check in the form anything is there. Okay, fine. So let's refresh this. I don't want anything to be there. Okay, so we will just refresh. We have refreshed this. Now we will run the program and check it that how it will works. So here you can see that we are filling it now with the name taken from the CSV file. and it has selected the female if you checked it right now, and it's selected the countries and put it the date of birth. So our bot has run successfully. So this I have put it loop only to show you that multiple values you can capture one by one and put it there and submit those values. This is how, if any CRM or ERP or any application or desktop application, you require to fill the information taking from the Excel sheet. So here I, in this case, I have shown to you the CSV file, but the same thing you can do it through the database also, or Excel sheet, or any other, from where you can fetch the records and other things. So you can capture, get the data from there and fill it in any form, any type of forms there. So friends, this is how the recorder is being used. I hope you would have liked this video, and let me know if you have any question on that. In my previous video, two or three persons has given me the comments and asked for the Python also. In the next video, I will give the how we can use the Python. In the next video, I will show you this thing. And really, I like whenever you just give me some comment or you demand to have some more tutorial on this one. It make me feel happy, really. It just, I just feel myself very good. So just subscribe my channel, press the bell button so that whenever a new video will be published, it will be arrived to you, and you can get my new videos. And thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your appreciation and everything there.